What's going on YouTube? Welcome to Jagan Gaming. So today I came across an article that stated that the reason why The Last Jedi received such horrible reviews and horrible tweets was due to Russian bots. Yeah, that's right. I want you to let that sink in for a second. Russian bots. The Russians hacked us and made bad reviews for The Last Jedi. That's why The Last Jedi did so bad. So you might ask, okay, well, where did I get this information? Well, I got it from The Verge. Yes, that's right, The Verge. I'm sure most of you saw that awesome computer build they did about last month, where they showed us all how to build a $2,000 gaming PC, which was the most horrible build I have ever seen in my life. This build was so horrible that the guy who made the video received, his inbox was flooded with responses to it, to the point where they finally had to pull the video down. They should have pulled it down immediately. I think they waited about a week or two so they could get some of that sweet ad revenue. Now keep in mind, I had never heard of The Verge before, but after seeing that video, I soon realized that, okay, I don't think I need to trust anything that comes from these people. So it really didn't surprise me when I saw this article that states that bot makers loved The Last Jedi discourse so much they decided to politically influence it. So I'm going to read a part of this article, and then I'm going to also place a link in the description so you can feel free to get yourself a healthy dose of cancer. But it states, a new paper from Morgan Bay, a research fellow at USC's Edinburgh School for Communication and Journalism, finds that the polarized fan discourse surrounding The Last Jedi also happened to be the site of an attempted Russian political influence campaign. Now, they also state that the paper hasn't been peer-reviewed yet, and that it might change before it's published, so it's a little less reliable than research that comes out in journals where other researchers get to kick the tires. Bay examined a corpus of messages tweeted at Ryan Johnson between December 13, 2017 and July 20th, 2018, a total of 967 tweets. Ran a sentiment analysis using a tweet's language to categorize its positive, negative, or neutral on them, segmented the results by account, and then analyzed the Twitter accounts themselves. Overall, Bay concludes 50.9% of those tweeting negatively was likely politically motivated or not even human. Bay also found that most fans aren't so dissatisfied with The Last Jedi that they're going to boycott any new Star Wars films. Wow, that seriously just gave me cancer. Just reading that stupid nonsense. These people, unless I'm reading this incorrectly, they believe that Russian bots are the reason why The Last Jedi received such negative reviews from the fan base. No, never mind that it could be because it had a horrible storyline. No, never mind that the characters were god-awful. No, never mind that it was sprinkled with social justice, identity politics, and feminism. No, never mind that the movie left out so many plot holes that Episode 9 is going to have a run for its money to fix everything that Episode 8 left out. Excuse me. So what really gets me is that the last part that I read, that it states that, most fans aren't as upset with the film and they aren't going to boycott Episode 9. Well, according to the YouTube videos I've been watching, a lot of people, like myself, aren't too excited about Episode 9. And I already did a video on that when it was announced that Kathleen Kennedy had extended her stay for 3 more years. I am not happy or excited for Episode 9 at all. I'm at this point in the game, I'm definitely not seeing it on opening night. That much I can promise you. If things are going the way they are, I'm probably going to wait a day or two so I can see some reviews. And I'm still going to go see it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not going to go see it. But I'm not going to be standing in line on opening night. I'm gonna have to give it a day or two and see what everyone says, and then I'll go. I'm still gonna go. I'm not gonna just outright not go, unless these people just really start getting stupid. Okay, it's bad enough we're stuck with Kathleen Kennedy for another 3 years, and some of the other YouTube channels that I've watched, they've all stated, their reasoning for believing why she's there. Keep in mind, Disney couldn't find anybody to replace her. Okay, nobody wanted the job. More than likely, they looked at it and said, okay, this is a complete dumpster fire. I don't want that mess dumped in my lap, so they refused it. And so they really didn't have a choice. It was either Kathleen Kennedy or nobody. So now we're stuck with her for another 3 years. I've also read today that the Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi movies have both been confirmed that they have been canceled. Now, the Boba Fett movie, I really wasn't too concerned about. Okay, I didn't care about the Boba Fett movie. I wanted an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. That's the movie I was excited about, but now we're not getting that either. So we're getting episode 9, which is probably going to be sprinkled with God knows what kind of social justice. Something tells me this bitch hasn't learned her lesson. I think it's going to take episode 9 failing before Disney finally kicks her to the curb. If they can even do that, considering she signed up for another 3 years. So, again, reading this article, it shows how far out of touch these people are. Now, keep in mind, this is coming from The Verge. This isn't coming from Disney. Now, had this article had come from Disney, I would have lost my shit. Then I would have said, okay, that's it, I'm fucking done. Had this come from Disney, okay, but again, it's coming from The Verge. And again, for those of you who have not seen their video on how to build a $2,000 PC, you need to go see it. Now, The Verge did pull it down, but there are several commentary videos on it that you can find where everyone is pointing out all of the mistakes that were made in building this PC. Now, keep in mind, The Verge has over 2 million subscribers. It looks like it's pretty high end, but it goes to show that just because this company has professional, movie editing and effects doesn't necessarily mean the information that's coming from them is correct. And in this case, everything that guy did was incorrect. Okay, I mean everything from putting the motherboard in, putting in the CPU, putting in the RAM, putting in the graphics card. He put the power supply in backwards. He didn't put the fans on the radio, on the cooler. I could go on and on and on of everything he did incorrectly. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, I've never heard of The Verge before until that video came out. And after I watched the video, that's when, like I said earlier, that's when I said, okay, I don't think I need to trust anything that comes from these people. Now, keep in mind, I've only built one gaming computer, but I knew enough that you don't put your memory sticks in next to each other. You have to put them in dual channel mode. Apparently, he didn't get that memo. But, I've digressed. So, to get back on topic here, something tells me that, Kathleen Kennedy, Ryan Johnson, J.J. Abrams, they're probably thinking along the lines of this article. Something's telling me that they're probably like, oh, yeah, sure, it's the Russians. That's why this didn't do so great. This is why we got such negative reviews. No. For God's sake, people. One of the things I can't stand with social justice warriors, liberals, feminists, they can't ever take accountability. They can't ever admit, okay, we were wrong. They can't do it. They can't look in the mirror and say, okay, that didn't work. Maybe we need to start trying what does work. They can't do it. Okay, look at all the fan backlash they got. Has Kathleen Kennedy come up and said, hey, I'm sorry that, the movie didn't live up to your expectations? What can we do to make it better? What do you as the fan base want to see? What do you want to see in a Star Wars movie? What don't you want to see in a Star Wars movie? These are the questions that need to be asked. But they're not asking those questions. Something tells me Episode 9 is going to be a complete shit show. Okay, I'd be surprised if it's, at this point, if it's good, I'd be surprised. So, again, like I said, this is coming from The Verge, so take it at face value, take it, with a grain of salt. But when I read this article, I just thought, what in the hell are these people doing? This is why we're having all these problems with Star Wars. Well, this is one of the problems, because we got people like this. And keep in mind, Kathleen Kennedy, she's a devout feminist. She made that comment that I don't have to cater to male Star Wars fans. No, never mind that 70 to 80% of the fan base is male. And what gets me with Disney is that when she made that comment, they should have pulled her ass on the spot. How are you going to be stupid and make that kind of comment? Yet Disney is sitting over there scratching their heads trying to figure out, why are these movies bombing the way they are? Well, look at who you got running things. And now they're stuck with her because they could not find anyone to replace her. So I'm sure she's well aware of how bad she's fucked up. And I'm hoping that, she's had a come to Jesus meeting with herself and just, have some integrity. Just look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, I fucked up. I need to fix this. Okay, how do I fix this? What do I need to do? What do the fans want? Hopefully that's what's happening. I mean, I can dream. But something tells me that that's not happening. So, at either point, like I said, The Verge, don't trust anything that comes from these people. They don't know what in the hell they're talking about. Okay? There is no way in hell. And keep in mind, I seriously doubt who wrote this. I'm wondering if this person is even a Star Wars fan themselves. Okay? It's like some of the staff that's working with Kathleen Kennedy. A lot of those people that are on the staff at Lucasfilms or whatever, they were hired based off of diversity. They were not hired based off their education or their work experience. So you got a bunch of feminists running around, destroying shit. So, keep that in your back pocket, or however you want to look at it. But definitely with The Verge, don't trust anything that comes from those people. Okay, they clearly don't know how to build a gaming PC. I seriously doubt they know anything about Star Wars. Okay, and for anyone to sit there and say, I don't think the fans are as upset as it seems. Yeah, we're pretty pissed. We are pissed. And keep in mind, the main reason why this keeps happening is because Disney wants to simply show how woke they are, and they're catering to the SJWs and the feminists. And everybody knows they aren't Star Wars fans. They aren't the people that are going out there to see the movie. They're not watching the TV shows. They're not buying the merchandise. They're not playing the video games. This is just nothing more than another victory for them. And they don't care that this franchise has been run into the ground. They don't give a fuck. They destroy everything they touch. And hopefully Disney, I am hoping to hell that Disney gets this sooner or later. This is something I want to share with my kids, and right now it's just this ain't the Star Wars that I knew growing up as a kid. So anyway, well guys, that's going to be it for tonight. Let me know what you think. Go ahead and feel free to leave a comment. Hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.